Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to this latest episode of Fresh Review Friday. So sit back, relax, grab your cigar, maybe a drink, and enjoy. What's up, guys? Welcome to another edition of Fresh Review Friday. And this week, today, this video is going to be airing on Friday as usual. It's Monday, which is when I usually do shoot my cigar reviews. I had you guys vote on the Instagram on which cigar I should review today. There's a very, very small margin between the cigar I picked and one other cigar, and the other cigars kind of just got a couple votes, not enough to really be in the running. But this one was the winner pretty much by one vote out of the other cigars, and that cigar is going to be yet another from this brand that has been reviewed on this channel. The first one that was reviewed was the Habano. I've tried the Connecticut, and I'm finally getting my hands on the Patina Rustic Maduro. So, cue music. What's up, guys? Kyle here. You're watching Dad Smoking Cigars, sponsored by Casa Cueva Cigars, from our casa to yours. Thanks for joining me for another fresh review, and as I mentioned before, I am going to be smoking yet another from the Patina line. I have had no disappointments with Patina so far. As I said, I had the Connecticut and the Habano. The Habano was reviewed on this channel. Tim and I did that review some time ago, and Patina makes fantastic cigars. And I actually got sent this by a buddy of mine named William, who I won a random little giveaway on Facebook. Kind of crazy. The giveaway where you were asked to identify a cigar based on just the wrapper alone, the vein pattern, how it looked. I threw a random stab in the dark, and interestingly enough, I guessed the Casa Cuevas La Mandaria, which turns out I was right. So I ended up winning the La Mandaria, a couple of them, I think, and a couple other cigars, including the Patina Maduro. And William, I'm finally getting to reviewing it on my channel like I said I would. I'll make sure that you get word of it at some point or another, so that way you know that I'm doing it right now. So thanks to my buddy William Gallahan for the cigars. I'm glad I won that little giveaway. It was kind of a shot in the dark, and it worked out in my favor. Who'd have thunk? So I'm not going to jaw-jack too much more. I'm going to go ahead and cut in light so that way we can get this ball rolling and enjoy. Just wait. They'll get there. Ooh. Little filler there. Nice, chocolatey, bready. Right off the bat, as soon as I took those first puffs, that flavor hit me just square in the middle of my palate, and it is delicious. I realized I did not do myself the service of doing a cold draw, but then again, that's kind of just a little additional detail that kind of lends to the experience. I usually get a lot of the same flavors in a cold draw, maybe with a touch of this or that. So I wouldn't say that I did myself a complete disservice by not doing it, because I am enjoying this right off the bat. Ooh, lot more cocoa on the retrohale. Tasty, man, that is good. I like that. I like it a lot. In the words of Jim Carrey from Dumb and Dumber. Don't really care much for that movie, but it's got some good one-liners, I will say that. So, anyways, first draws, first puffs are pretty impressive. I'm looking forward to the rest of the cigar. I'm going to go ahead and burn down that first third, and I will let you know what my thoughts are then. See if we get any transitions, anything different, anything sneaky, anything strange. Anyways, I'll get around to that, and I'll see you guys in a sec. Well, I'm back, and you guys didn't see that, but full transparency, I literally just ashed on myself seconds before the camera started recording, so how's that? You know what I love about that? It happens to the best of us I mean, whether you've been smoking cigars for 2 months, 2 years, 2 decades, or more, however long, everybody ashes on themselves at one point. You can be getting the longest ash or the shortest ash, and you will still ash on yourself, making an ash of yourself. We all do it, and I just did it, and I thought I'd share that with you. Anyways, smoke down the first third, smoke down relatively quick, but the flavor's still very good, still very chocolatey, still very just delicious. I'm enjoying it. No transition as of yet. Still getting a lot of those, a lot of cocoa, and I poured myself a little bourbon, a little Old Forester here, and it's pairing very nicely. The kind of caramel, cinnamon, vanilla, and woodiness of the Old Forester is pairing very nicely with the chocolatey, earthy notes that I'm getting from, and I failed to mention that I'm getting some pretty earthy notes. Woo! A little peppery on the retrohale there, but bringing out that little bit more chocolate and bready chocolate, and really just tasty. A little spice there, like I said, peppery, but after the pepper kind of dissipates from the retrohale, I'm getting a tiny bit of like kind of a nutmeg or cinnamon, which is nice. As I mentioned, that's a flavor profile in the Old Forester, and so that goes really nicely. But yeah, delicious smoke, and I will say the draw is a little tight, but not so tight that it ruins the experience for me. I don't feel like I'm kind of trying to suck a golf ball through a garden hose. Go ahead and picture that, if you will. But as you can see, the smoke output's very nice. But a tasty Maduro. Glad I finally got to try this. Patina, as I said before, makes excellent cigars, so this is a treat. So, but those are my thoughts on that. After that first third, I'm going to keep smoking it down, probably a little bit past the bottom part of the band here. And I'll let you know what's what when I'm done with that. So, see you in a sec. Okay, guys. Winding down that second third, delicious, delicious, just bready and chocolatey, and getting a little more earthy, a little bit of leather, slight bit of spice when I do the retrohale. In fact, I'm going to try one more retrohale. Whoa, bit strong, but it opens it up nicely. I'm going to take a sip of my bourbon here. Whoa. Things that make you go, but in a good way. Made my eyes water. I'm getting emotional. Yikes. Oh, man, that was good. But, yeah, getting a little bit more of that kind of oaky char in there, a little bit with that bread and bready chocolate, that leather, that earth, just rich flavors. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. If any of you have watched or listened to Monty Python, you'll know exactly why I said it that way. But man, this is really good. I'm enjoying this cigar. Again, just total props to Patina for producing such amazing cigars. Never had a bad experience. I will say, so far the Habano's been my favorite. The Connecticut was pretty good. Not one of my favorite Connecticut's, but still very good. The Habano is fantastic. The Maduro is just kicking ass right now, and I really like it. So, testament to the rollers and blenders at Patina and just how well they make their cigars. The burn has been phenomenal. I forgot to mention that, how well it's been burning. Almost razor straight with a slight, peak or valley here and there. I think I touched it up once. Hasn't gone out once. Hasn't, even when I let it sit for a minute, I still was able to keep it going without having to relight. So that's fantastic. I love when a cigar is able to remain consistent like that. Even some of the best cigars, sometimes you got to relight, touch up, just depending. Every cigar is a little bit different in its experience and performance. So you got to, maybe do a little bit of this or a little bit of that to keep it going. but this cigar has stood very well on its own. Doesn't get much of a long ash. Again, I don't put much stock in a long ash. It's impressive when it happens. It's kind of cool, especially if like it's the way it may be rolled or anything like that. You can kind of stand it up on the ash where you're stacking like dimes or nickels or whatever the heck you know you're stacking, and depending on the size of your cigar. This one's, I believe, a Robusto. So yeah, it's been a relatively quick smoke. Haven't been out here a crazy long time. I've only been smoking for maybe about just under an hour and a half, and the cigar is performing very well. Ode to the construction, no splits or cracks or anything like that. Fantastic. So that's the end of the second third. I'm gonna go ahead and get it down a bit further to about, I would say about here, almost to the nub, before I give you my final thoughts on this excellent smoke. So yeah, see you in a sec. This button hates me. Alrighty guys, winding down the final third. Still got a little bit to go, but I thought I would kind of come in where it is, where it's transitioned just a little bit, not too much. It's maintained that very chocolatey, very rich flavor, still getting that, no bitterness, nothing like that. Very bready towards the end, earthy, still a little bit of leather, but still getting good chocolatey notes in there. Haven't tasted like anything like coffee or whatnot, at least not that I can tell. But again, it's still pairing very nicely with my Old Forester bourbon, and I say that because Sean Connery was then finding Forester, and so Forester. So I'm going to do my Sean Connery impression. Maybe I'll do that for the rest of the video as I smoke down my cigar. So Sean Connery is an avid cigar smoker, and one of many things I appreciate about the man. I love his work. I've always enjoyed Sean Connery. So, anyways, rabbit hole moment in the video, but the cigar's excellent, tasty, rich, good flavor, great burn, great construction. I did have to touch it up just a little slightly. Started to burn a little funny, leaning towards canoeing, but not too much. Slight little divot crack right there, but I honestly, it takes nothing away from the experience of construction and everything like that. I got a comment from Patina Cigars. Pretty sure that's Mo Malley, who is the owner of Patina Cigars. Great guy, fantastic cigars. Really enjoy the product. So Mo, hats off to you. You get to see my ridiculously long hair right now. I need a haircut, but I'm going to cover it up with my cool hat from Leaf Cask and Barrel. Thank you guys for the hat. Love it. Anyway, got a shout out to my boys. They're really great guys. And Mo's a great guy. So many great people in this industry, and they've shared their love of cigars with me and their enthusiasm and all of that. And I definitely have great enthusiasm for this smoke. Very good. So glad I finally got to try it. I've got to try all three from the core line of Patina Cigars. Very, very good. And this is definitely no exception. Delicious cigar. So glad I finally get to try it. Thanks again to my buddy William for sending me this. Glad I was able to win that little giveaway, and that this was one of the smokes in there, and that I finally got around to it. And thank you guys for voting for which cigar I was going to review. I wasn't sure what I was going to do tonight because I got a number of cigars lined up to review. I still got a bunch from GTO that I want to do and other things like that, but again, another rabbit hole. Getting ahead of myself, focusing back on the Patina Maduro Rustic, or Rustic Maduro, whatever order I need to say that in. So, excellent smoke, excellent cigar. It's a smaller cigar, but there are some pretty good things that come in small packages, and this cigar is definitely one of them. Excellent. So, very much enjoyed it, and glad I got to smoke it tonight. So, excellent, excellent, excellent. Very good. Love it. So thank you guys for joining me. As far as my final thoughts on the cigar, I did look up the makeup of the cigar, what the cigar is made of, and I got nothing for you because everything is undisclosed. Wrapper, binder, filler, undisclosed. So whatever's in here is a mystery, but is a beautiful and delicious mystery that I got to smoke and enjoy. And so I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Final thoughts. good flavor, good construction, great burn. Like I said, I only had to touch it up like a couple of times just to keep it consistent. Only slight transition towards the end with a little bit more of a spice to it, but still maintains that good chocolatey flavor with some leather, earth, and all of that good stuff. But excellent smoke, and I think I'm gonna give this one a 92. Honestly, that's the Dad Smoking Cigars rating on the Patina Maduro Rustic. Very good smoke. 92. Very excellent. So those are my final thoughts on the Patina Maduro Rustic. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed my silliness, my randomness, my rabbit holes that I go down, and blah 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 blah. I hope you guys are enjoying the content. Continue to enjoy the content. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. Thank you to our sponsor, Casa Cuevas. You know, I appreciate you guys and love you so much. The support that I continue to get is just mind-blowing and excellent. Looking forward to the next video. Next video, you're going to see me rejoining my dad in his backyard, in his comfortable little smoking area, and we always have a good time. And more than likely, you'll see another Aussie update. Yeah. Fair dinkum. Yeah. Anyways, apologies to Australia, Hugh Jackman, Chris Hemsworth, and everyone who, and my friend Craig, who thinks my accent's a bit dodgy, but I think that I do an Aussie accent a bit better than my dad. I stay a bit consistent with my Aussie accent, I think. My dad trails off into British accents when he tries to keep a consistent Aussie accent, and even he admits that. So, Craig, I'm trying to improve on it. I hope that it sounds better every single time I do it. I know I'm still a Yank trying to do an Aussie accent, but I really hope you appreciate it and it sounds better every time. Maybe I'll be the one who does the Aussie update next time. So I think I'm going to hijack that from my dad next time. So hopefully it's better. I'm such a dork. Anyways, thank you guys for joining me. I hope you had a good time, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Stupid button. Hey guys, thanks again for tuning into this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and also follow Dad Smoking Cigars on dads_smoking_cigars on Instagram, and be sure to check us out on Facebook. Until then, guys, stay smoky, and I'll see you in the next one.